What's up, boys and girls? I haven't made a video in a while here. It's been like 2 weeks. I've just been, like I said, working like crazy. Weather's changing up here, so I've had to do like a lot of yard work, like winterizing my pool and, all that boring stuff that's part of, owning a house and toys and stuff. But anyway, making another video, quick one on the cforce 600 2020. So real quick, I just want to show you guys I lost this seat a while ago on the road. Flew off. It was my own stupid fault. I just didn't have it latched down correctly, and I did a little road rash on it. Luckily, obviously, it was returned to me. So on, I think I posted a video about it, so I won't bore you with details. But I'm going to be going riding this weekend, and then in 2 weeks I'm going again, because we're about to shut down upstate for hunting season, which starts like the 15th or 16th or something like that of November. So I just put some real, high-end, expensive, top shelf, Manhattan style adhesive on these cracks here. I just wanted to make sure that they hardened up, because I'm going to be covering them with some black leather repair eventually. Not right now, but that's why I did this, because I didn't want them to spread. So again, high strength, very expensive, adhesive, otherwise known as super glue, Harbor Freight super glue, because I'm cheap. Anyway, real quick, wanted to show you guys cold start on one of these cforce 600s, and it's gonna be a little surprising for me too, because I usually don't leave them sitting this long. For me, this thing's been sitting for like a month, because I just haven't had time. I mean, other than checking to make sure it's not leaking anything and everything, I don't even know if the battery's gonna hold charge. And it's hit just above freezing here in upstate New York already. What? Twice. And it's pretty cold out today. I think it's in the very low 40s, maybe high 30s, so it's chilly. So we'll do a quick cold start on her. Real quick, address another issue that you guys are having with your cforce models. This is going to be particularly for the 600 cforce. I know the 500 cforce, there's a fix. So anyway, 2020 cforce 600. Still, I don't think it's got 200 hours on it. It's barely like 200 hours. Haven't ridden it since my 200-hour review. Vapor lock in the fuel tank. I noticed mine, after it rides and it gets warm, it kind of has like a little bit of a vapor lock, So what I do is I always remove the gas cap. Normally doing it before I start it might not help, but I do it anyway. If you look down in here on the gas cap, there's a valve that pushes in. I work that valve a little bit just to make sure it's free, working good. I feel like when pressure builds in the tank, that valve helps blow it off and release it. And as you can see, well, it's kind of hard to tell, but I've got probably a little over half a tank, and I can smell the fumes already, like really strong. So usually what I'll do is I just blow a little air down in there, and you can really smell the fumes now. So it kind of helps push the fumes out. Again, it's not like a professional fix, but it gets rid of the headache of me riding it and then in 10 minutes having to stop and figure out why, the car or the ATV's in vapor lock. So just blow on it a few times, get some vents out of it, gas cap back on. All right. Well, that's a good sign. It's got full power so far. Yeah, and look, like I said, 198 miles. So I did a 2-hour review on it. It wasn't even quite 2 hours. That's like literally haven't even ridden it. I noticed these things don't like to stay running when they're cold. It's just fuel injection. So when I start it, I usually let it sit for a few minutes. So I'll let it sit here. Well, not a few minutes, but I'll usually let it sit here for 30 seconds or whatever. Let the fuel pressure build. And like I said, this thing's been sitting for a month. Definitely at least a month without starting. So I just want to start it and let it run for a while. Make sure it's going to be good to go. So let's see. I don't want to kill the battery, so I'm going to try to turn it over real quick. Shut the headlights off. There we go. Yeah, when your headlights are off, if you don't know this, headlights are off. You still have running lights. No tail lights, though. So as you can see, when I started it, it didn't die. And I noticed if you, after they've sat for, you know, a few days and they're super cold and you try to start them without any fuel pressure, they might die right away. Start, run, die, start, run, die. So I leave the key on 30 seconds, 40 seconds, a minute. It's not going to hurt it unless you're worried about your battery potentially being weak to begin with. Which brings me to another topic I wanted to talk to you guys about real quick. On the cforce 600, I hope you guys can hear me okay. On the cforce 600, these batteries, they're a real joy to get to. So as you can see, sorry, that was awful. But anyway, there's your battery connectors right there. They're real fun to get to. So the easiest way to get to them is by removing this bar here on either side. And then you still have to pull this rubber band just to get to them, get a clear shot. So I seen a guy online, what he did was he actually bought a trickle charger to keep his battery maintained. So a battery maintainer, and he connected it, cut some wires, connected it to the positive and the negative, and then connected it to a plug and made like a quick connect battery maintainer. I'm not necessarily against that, but I don't want to risk potential fire or melting or anything when things get dirty or corroded and you make a false ground. So my plan is, when I buy the maintainer, it comes with, you know, like larger clamps to clamp on your battery. I have alligator clips. I buy these all the time because I use them obviously to test things. So my plan is to use the alligator clips, wire them on, and connect them. That way I can just reach in here and clip them on, and it'll be a little easier than trying to use those bigger clips. Those bigger clips, unfortunately, those bigger clips will tend to be a little tighter in there. Can't say for sure that's going to work, and I'm sure there is a better way. But that's my plan, and that's what I'm going to try first. So that's pretty much it. And the cforce, she's running good. Tires are holding wind. From what I can tell, the lights are all working. Let's see. Yeah. Look at those beautiful headlights, man. Freaking awesome taillight. Right. Check the brake lights. Look like they're working. Alright, let's let it run. Real quick, I want to show you guys my trailer. So this is one of our ATV trailers. This is a 25-foot double axle car trailer that we picked up, and my buddy actually decked it. It's got brakes and everything included, but yeah, you can definitely easily fit 4 or 5 quads on here. I think we've had 5 and a few dirt bikes. Like I said, tandem axle. When we go riding, one thing we don't want to have an issue with is not enough toys. So we usually bring at least 5 quads for, 5 quads and 3 dirt bikes for 4 people. Want to make sure we've got everything we need. So anyway, that was my video. 2020 cforce 600, running great. Gonna go check all the fluids, let it run for a while, make sure she doesn't get too warm on me, and I'll have some videos coming from our trip. If you have any questions about this, let me know. And I am going to take a moment to point something out. One of my subscribers commented that I forgot to mention in my review video about the differential lock. And yes, this is very, very important. Differential lock is an amazing feature to have. Absolutely. As you can see, we got our 4-wheel drive lock, which we absolutely love. And then you slide this over, You got your diff lock in there. Push that in. And then your four-wheel drive starts blinking. And that means now she's locked into place. So she's ready to rock and roll. Differential lock on this machine, pretty simple. You got your four-wheel drive and you got a limited slip front end, which means one tire is going to slip, one tire is going to grip, and it's going to alternate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. By locking your differential, what you're going to do is lock those tires in tandem. By locking them in tandem, they spin at the same revolution, and that can help you get out of some nasty, nasty situations. To turn your diff lock off, press this button back in, slide to slide over, diff lock's off. This slide will not go over unless diff lock is off. Four-wheel drive, out. There you go. Indicator shows you back in two-wheel. Real quick, want to show you too, a lot of people have posted, what the heck is this thing? Four-way switch, four-way blinker, you know. A quick reference to your manual will tell you, but I'll tell you just so you guys know. This is your rev limiter override. So if you push that in, you get a nice little light right there. But if you push that in, what that does is that overrides your rev limiter. Your rev limiter only takes effect when you're in reverse or in your differential lock. And the reason you have a differential lock on your rev limiter is simply for one good reason. You don't grenade the front end of your machine by trying to do 60 miles an hour with your front differential lock together. By grenade, I mean blow apart. Also keep in mind, you really don't want to go maybe above 10 or 15 miles an hour with your differential lock on, and you don't want to trail ride the differential lock on unless you're in a very nasty, mucky trail and you keep it at low speed. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Said short video. I'm up to 12 minutes, so I'm going to let you all go. Comment, share, like, subscribe if you have any questions about this machine. You want to see me take something apart on it, or I can look something up for you on it. If you're interested in buying one, you want to know more, give me a shout. Appreciate you guys. Thanks. Oh, that's clean. That's clean.